Hey, what is up, everybody? Hope everybody is having a great evening. Thank you for stopping out to the podcast with Bobby Beans. I got a couple shout outs right away. I suppose we'll make sure everyone is able to get in here fine. Looks like we're here. What's up? What's up? Appreciate you guys stopping by. Just a quick reminder tonight we'll be live again. So if you got some questions, feel free to submit them in the comment section. We'll pop up those as we can, try and get all those answered for y'all. Let's make sure we got everybody in here. We'll give them a minute to gather. I know it's Monday after a snowstorm and a Packer victory, so we might need a minute to hop on in here, which is understandable. We're gonna throw a little extra light on. Just woo. There we go. There we go. Can use all the heat we can get. Man, this is the time of the year you find out if your windows are good. You know what I'm saying? Hey, good evening, guys. Thanks for stopping by. Let's get things rolling here. First off, want to big shout out here to the folks over at Higher Love. Higher Love is the exclusive sponsor from the UP for the podcast. Major kudos for all their support, their help. For those of you who don't know about Higher Love yet, they handle everything from seed to flower to you picking it up. They're like the primo, the Ferrari, if you will, as far as experience and product goes. Super pumped to be collabing with them. I had saw they had just won the Leafly Bud Tenders Choice Award. So the bud tenders across the U.S. vote for who their favorite brands are. They got top brand in Michigan, highest rated recreational cannabis store in Michigan. They were the first UP store to receive the Clean Green certification, and second place in the Cannabis Cup as well this year out in Michigan. So these guys are not joking around as far as their product quality goes, and we're glad to have them supporting us. I'm going to drop the code that they're nice enough to hook you guys up with. We got a little promo code, 15% off your purchase. I'm going to post that right now in the comments section. It is Love Potcast 15. Again, that's Love Potcast 15. If you want to give that a shot, check out their product. Let me know what you think. Seriously, check it out. Let me know, and we'll go from there. But seriously, super proud to be a part of the movement with them and appreciate their efforts. And I know we got a lot of things cooking too. So as far as the studio goes, this week we're breaking it down to a couple local businesses. Big shout out to Bay Motel and Family Restaurant. If we've met because of Facebook, I probably met you here for breakfast. If you're from Green Bay and you get breakfast, you should be getting at Bay Motel and Family Restaurant. If you stop by for a Packer game, you should be eating breakfast at Bay Motel and Family Restaurant. They also have a nice motel, grab a little place to stay, just a couple blocks from Titletown. The staff, I feel like they're all my best friend. It's awesome, and I'm there a lot. Like, we could meet there tomorrow, the day after, whenever. Just stop out there, tell them Bobby Bean sent you from the podcast. Appreciate Greg and all the girls over there that have been helping me out. It's kind of been my office. It kind of is where I've been brainstorming all this stuff when I still had a previous job and stuff too. So major kudos to them as well. Appreciate you guys helping us out with the sponsorship, helping us make this dream come true. So just a reminder, because of these fine folks, we are at another 3 months of me being able to focus my efforts on advocacy. So I'm super stoked. Johnny Lenius, what up, buddy? Oh, man, we got a lot of people in here. Appreciate you guys stopping out. Victory Monday. I don't even know what to say about the Packers. I could talk about that all day. We'll let that be. We got a lot of stuff to cover. Obviously, the podcast had been MIA for a couple weeks there as we were kind of getting a few sponsorships and everything pinned out. So, again, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we'll be meeting here, 7 p.m. Bring your questions. Bring your comments. Bring your love. That's how we roll. Higher love. Like that. Oh, that was dope. All right. So, let's get cooking here. We've got something happening, I would say. It's called A Lot of Travel this week. We're going to be meeting up with the gentleman who runs the Mile of Music. We'll be talking with him tomorrow in Appleton. Going to be stopping out at Ignite Dispensaries in Manitowoc as well. Wednesday, we're going to be out in Tabby's in Waukesha. If you're in the area, let me know. Three Tall Pines in Plymouth, going to be stopping out there as well. Looking forward to that. A lot of big things cooking. They've been a big support of the movement so far. We're meeting with Senator Agard this week. Super excited for that. Haven't really got a chance to check in with her since I started this and asked her if I was crazy. So it'll be interesting to see what she's got cooking. And then we also got Green Swan Hemp and Peter Swan in Pewaukee. Going to be stopping out by him this week. Reached out last week. Super awesome dude. Really excited to see what they got going on. Johnny's here. Public apology for everything I said and the doubt I had for Jordan Love. It's all good, man. As long as you own up to it, that's all we can ask. That's all we can ask. It was definitely shaky in the beginning, but it was weird. I could just tell, like, he looked excited, but almost too excited, and everything was kind of close, but a little off. So I'm like, let's just see. But no, it's all good. Hey, Maddie, thanks for stopping out. Appreciate the congrats on the sponsorship, Kevin. Wow, you guys got a lot of comments. I got to stay focused. Usually we have somebody else on the podcast here, the last few that we've had. So this is scary. If I mess up, it's me. I can't blame anyone else. So here we go. Todd's in the house. Ernest B. Hello. Love you guys. Thank you for stopping out, showing the support. Moving along from this week's travels. Again, if somebody's out in that area, let me know. Love to meet up with you guys and stop at as many businesses as we can. It's all about working together, man. So appreciate you guys. Lebowski Fest. Okay, who doesn't love The Big Lebowski? Is it anybody's not top 3 movie? If it is, we've got beef we need to discuss. I will bring a PowerPoint. I will change your mind. It is coldish. Nike's out. Yes, it is. But no, Lebowski Fest. Super excited. We've got the great folks over at the Tarleton Theater here in Green Bay. I figured our first event, just have it close to Green Bay in case some things go down. It'll be my first time trying to work with the sponsors, the venues, all that kind of stuff. So really hoping that goes well and looking forward to it. We've got a comment. If somebody can block it, actually, I'll just do that. A little spam job. Get that out of here. So just want to touch base on Lebowski Fest here. Get that pulled up for you. There is an e-event for it. So it's like you can see all the details. You can pick up your tickets. We're just going to roll out a bunch of discounts tonight because that's how we roll here at the Potcast. We like to hook up our listeners because we appreciate you guys. So the Lebowski Fest, there is going to be a discount code. The first 25 people to use it will get 10% off their purchase. That'll be posted in the comments here shortly. Lebowski Fest is going to be a great chance for us to get together as a community. There's room for 150 people. We're going to have some sponsor booths there with some product. We're going to have a couple speakers. We'll probably do some crazy stuff because that's usually how that goes. And but no, it should be a great time. We're going to have a dress-up competition. Whoever looks the most like the Lebowski is going to win a prize. We're going to have some reenactments. Whoever does the best reenactment is going to win a prize. It's going to be dope. It's going to be awesome. Really looking forward to it. We did find out, okay, I did update everything as far as on the website, and that date, the Tarleton Theater forgot that somebody had to set up the day we were scheduled for, and then the concert was the next day that they had booked. So we did get bumped to the 20th, which is a Tuesday. The event itself is updated. Let me get you guys a link to that. Just make sure that if you bought tickets, we had sold 10 so far in the last 12 hours. So please make sure if you bought them, I sent you an email that we make sure that gets handled. What? Susie, you've never seen the movie? What? All right, movie night. Susie, we're going to do it. And it is too cold for snowmobiling. You guys, too many comments. No, I'm just kidding. Keep them coming. Everybody it's not fun when I'm scripted or following an outline. That's just boring. Like, let's be honest. So keep it coming. Just a reminder, the page has been doing really well, and the private group, the Wisconsin Weed Warriors, if you're not in that yet, please make sure you check it out. That's where we're able to talk a little more off the books, if you will. Just a reminder, guys, especially in public, we want to make noise. We want to be noticed, but we need to make sure that we do so respectfully. We want to break the stigma that consumers say that, or that people say that consumers are lazy. That's why we're looking to do events, the coffee meet and greets, that kind of stuff. So just please keep that in mind. Y'all have been doing awesome, and appreciate the support and you guys repping the shirts and whatnot out in public. Just make sure we're continuing the way we are. So, and then a quick update, the coffee, chill, and cannabis chat status. We've got a couple options popping up here. Big B out of Sheboygan is willing to provide coffee. We just got to find a place out in Sheboygan. As far as a place to host. So if somebody knows anybody in Sheboygan, We're looking to stay away from a cannabis dispensary just because we're trying to break that stigma. So I feel like the more we can get in public, if we can find a restaurant that would just let us have a little group that could just is there to chat about cannabis, consume some coffee, again, being out in public and breaking that stigma. So if anyone knows anybody in Sheboygan, please keep me posted. We also have the fine folks at Bay Family Restaurant in Green Bay. They have a nice back room that fits about 25 people. That's awesome. If we could find a little coffee provider as far as like Caribou Coffee or somebody, if anybody's got any contacts, please let me know. That would be awesome. We're going to make it happen because that's how we do it. We think it and it happens. Vibes Bar in Sheboygan. That sounds pretty cool. We got to check that out. All right. Moving along. Man, we've got some stuff going on out there in the legalization world. Most recently, I guess we could start with, hopefully you guys saw that post in Wisconsin Weed Warriors as far as the representatives and their stance on cannabis legalization, so that we're able to hit them up, ask them some questions if they are not sure yet, etc. I know there was just a post from a senator who was saying we don't need to rush cannabis, unknown issues with it and violence, and we need to keep these people together and keep them educated. So please keep doing what we're doing. She's been awesome. And looks like we've got a lot of things going on here. We've got need to have something in the Thorpe of Eau Claire. That would be dope. Shout out to real quick. Last week we were out in La Crosse to Carbon Cannabis. Those folks are legit. Austin, Stephanie, the team. Man, we got some stuff coming that way too. Tammy, appreciate you dropping the link in there in the chat. It's all about the education. You got that right. All right, so let's get this pill bill going. What is everybody's thoughts of the Republicans' proposal for the pill bill? I'm going to pull it up while you guys get your thoughts on that together, which shouldn't take too terribly long. And I like to give people the benefit of the doubt. Like, oh, they tried. Let's give maybe they're just. This one doesn't make sense to me. Especially when you look at Voss, and I know Voss and LeMahieu haven't always seen eye to eye, but did they talk about this ahead of time? Did they try to work together ahead of time? Because it doesn't really look like it. When you've got Voss rolling this out and goes, hey, he's got the little podium. It almost looked like a meme, did it not? Like those little whiteboards and the cannabis or I don't even want to pull up a picture because I don't want to see it again because it just looks so fake. Like, what are they trying to do? And talk about restrictions. Like, I thought Republicans kind of tend to be, we don't want we don't want to get the government involved. We don't want to do too much. Well, now you're telling us state-run dispensaries, 5, and then LeMahieu, the speaker or the majority leader, says that because there's state-run dispensaries that Voss came out with, that's a non-starter. You guys are on the same side of the aisle. What? It's frustrating. I am meeting with a Republican senator next week, so I look forward to kind of figuring out what is going on as far as this whole everyone's afraid to show support. Big shout out to Jay. Oh man, Jay, I mess up your last name every time. JS, he's all over. Great guy. You guys know who I'm talking about. And he had reminded me that we should be also talking about Melissa Agard's bill, which she brought into circulation last year. She's been working on it for 11 years, and that is for adult responsible use. After thinking about it, now might have to be the time that we bring that back to light, because we could be like, hey, so this is what you guys came up with. Here's what else is out there. Why can't we do this? Start talking about it. At least these folks brought something to the table in the Republicans. So I don't think it would hurt. What are you guys' thoughts on that? If we get you the details on the bill that she had, again, she's been working on it for 11 years. It makes a lot more sense, in my opinion. Is it perfect? I mean, she's had 11 years to work on it. Is anything perfect? No, but it's probably got a lot of good starting points, and it might even be pretty well tuned if you're able to look at what's going on around the state and everything. So I think we should get that out there. I think we should start looking it over, discussing it, so on and so forth. There's the last name. Selfhofer. Jay Selfhofer. Jay Selfhofer. I'll just say it really quick. There we go. But no, as we know, there's so many of us who use cannabis to help with anxiety, pain, stress that don't have a prescription. I don't think any of us use it to just not function, not have not pay attention to our family, not go to work. I don't know where this whole completely bad side of cannabis is coming from. The more that we keep being loud and proud, though, and showing people that we can use it and be responsible, I think we're doing a great job of breaking that stigma and showing them, what are you guys talking about? So hopefully we got some legs on that bill. Let's get focusing on that. I'll start chopping it up and sharing it with you guys, and hopefully we'll be able to start figuring out what's going on with these Republicans. Hey, Brittany. Hey, I appreciate your comment on Spotify. Brittany, I think it was you. For some reason, I can't respond to comments on Spotify, or I'm too new to it that I don't know how. But much appreciate your comment on our Spotify account. For those of you who are watching, if you want to subscribe to us, we are on. Hey, let's pull this up, Bob, so they can actually see. Watch this. This is cool. Let's see if we can share the screen without disconnecting myself. I've done that once or twice. And we're going to go present, share screen. All right, here we go. Window, entire screen, share. All right, so we are on Spotify. If you hop on over here, you'll be able to see that. Whoop, where's our main page? Well, this is not the consumer one, but you'll be able to see that not only are we available on Spotify, we're going to be on Amazon Music. We're also on Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and this Potcast is loading. Like they said, they're reviewing the account. So hopefully that should be up and running. But the beautiful thing of this is you're able to come on here, go to the profile page, and you can listen, you can subscribe, you can see all of our stuff. So this will be uploaded the night after the podcast. So if you're not able to make it one night, you can catch us the next morning. Just pull it up, or you can get notified if you're subscribed. So that'll be pretty awesome. So again, really appreciate all you guys' support. If you're not able to make the lives going forward, we've also got that available for you. So shout out to Dwayne with Revolution Radio. Dwayne's awesome down there in Illinois. Great support. Good evening, everybody. Let's get caught up on that. Let's pull up a little more details about this pill bill so that we can just make sure we're all on the same page as far as where things aren't really adding up. And again, I know it's kind of seemingly the whole thing, but they did bring something, so that's supposed to be good. I don't know why I went to like Kermit the Frog there, but I don't know what the most confusing part is as far as the dispensaries having only 5, or them being state run, or if you need to get more medication, you can, but only if you have less than a 7-day supply, and then you only get a 30-day supply initially. That then is followed up by a 90-day supply based on the pharmacist's recommendation. The price gets set by the government. That just doesn't sound great, like a great idea. Sounds terrible, in my opinion. The bill specifies initial fees for grower is $10,000. A processor license is $50,000, and a laboratory license is $5,000. Like, even the act takes effect on the first day of the 7 month following its publication. You think you're going to figure all this out in 7 months? I'm trying to find the win. I guess the win is we're talking about cannabis. And we're talking about it with our representatives, but it's like, come on, guys. What gives? What are we working on here? And the thing I find interesting is I don't really hear much chatter of the Republicans talking to the Democrats before they come out with their pill bill. So you would think there would be some kind of, hey, we're going to work together. I think something that is going to be big is it sounds like the seats are going to, or the maps are going to get redrawn. I'm not a betting man per se, But if we're saying percentages, I'd say it's not, from just the feelers I got out there and the people I've asked that are in politics. It sure sounds like it's going to happen in the way that some of these Republican commenters or profiles on social media are freaking out all of a sudden. Um, I'm all for fair races for office. And it sounds okay. I live in Green Bay, and Green Bay right now is split into two districts right down the middle. The town is split down the middle. To me, that doesn't make sense. Do I know how it should be for sure? No. But I feel like the town of Green Bay should have one representative across the city. And with the new bill or the new map, it would be one. So something like that to me makes sense. To me, that seems like how you get the fairest outcome. So again, is anything perfect in this world? No. My understanding is the maps would just help the for fair elections. And I think it would also help us, the people, because a lot of these Republicans or Democrats who have been running and winning, and it does seem to be more the Republicans lately, as far as they don't have to actually like listen to constituents about cannabis or certain other things because they just know they're going to get the vote. So they're kind of built on a Titanic that they don't want to veer left or right. They want to just kind of keep like, hey, we're going to keep winning our votes. We're going to be good. Just don't do anything too crazy. And I feel like this shakeup, they're going to have to run. A lot of these people are going to have to run for office and not know if they're going to win for sure. That I think would be good. That I think would be great because maybe some of these people wake up. How has not one Republican stood up and said, I believe that adult responsible use of cannabis is not going to harm a bunch of people? None of the Republicans, to my knowledge, have done that. Are they that playing it that safe? Like you guys need to think outside of your political affiliation box. Over the last 8 years, I voted for both sides of the aisle. Okay, so I'm not trying to persuade one side to win over the other. I'm all for fair debate. I feel like people need limited terms, and we need a left and a right because that's how you are supposed to share ideas and come out with, well, we'll settle this little thing for that. It just feels like everything is, if you don't believe us, you're wrong. If you don't believe us, you're wrong. And these two don't ever talk. It's super frustrating. And hopefully that starts changing up because it's getting a little crazy out there. In my opinion, obviously not saying that that's a certain thing, but more people ought to partake. Maybe it will cut down on the violence. Yeah, no kidding. That, or you can just tell the stressed out people don't use cannabis because I don't know, when you're out and about, it's usually the people that are, I don't know. I feel like I'm pretty good at reading who uses cannabis or not. And unfortunately, it's, if you're in a good mood and not running around like a chicken with your head cut off, you usually use cannabis at least a little bit. But maybe that's just me. It's not trying to be like stereotypical, but I'm just saying, usually the people in the checkout line that are like, excuse me, oh my gosh, I gotta get going. What are you doing? I feel like they're usually the ones against cannabis, and they probably could use it the most. Anyways, legalize. What up, Kev? Mohican, what's up, buddy? Dawn, I'd like to see at least a 2-phase bill. First medical, then an eval in adult use. See, even something like that, if they give you some kind of here's our plan or here's what we're going to try, something, get something rolling. Tammy says, me too. Now praying that Wisconsin will wise up. Yes, please. Right? Perfect example. Yep, Colorado making bank. Voted for it back then. Awesome. Were most of you guys, I can't remember, most of you guys from Wisconsin, or do we have a few people from out of state joining us this evening? Brittany says, with the 5-state run dispensaries, it sounds like Montreal. We have 5 times as many people, plus Montreal is already more regulated. I don't think it would be enough. They will be overrun. I would think so too. Just 5 for anything in a state that's like spread out. It's for maybe if you were just a small Rhode Island or something. But even then, if you got the people, I don't know. I don't know how you put a limit that low right away. But what do I know? Susie says, I'm concerned about the locations of the so-called dispensaries if it will cause hardship to elderly, sickly people, low income. That's a good point. If you got to drive to get it, that kind of throws the whole plan for a loop. Dawn's in Green Bay. Awesome. Tammy came here from Colorado. Been here almost 5 years. Respect that. Really want to make it out to Colorado. I don't feel like I've ever seen a bad scene or picture from Colorado. It's always just looks beautiful. Really would like to get out there. Barbie moved here from Maine. Okay, that's what it was. You guys had medical for 5 years, can grow 12 flowering and 12 sprouting all year. That's respectable. That's respectable for sure. Less alcohol and legalized for veterans, and we can take less meds that hurt us, right? Yeah, you can definitely say that. We've got Jason's out in Wausau, curious if I could get a quick rundown on how states like Michigan that I frequent get total legal and work so well. They work pretty well, especially for the consumer, but they still have a lot of court battles between cannabis companies, is my understanding. If you kind of look at like what happened with Menominee and how there was only a couple that could open, only a couple dispensaries, and then more, and then they shut down. But again, the battles are going to the courts and not the streets, and I think that's the key thing. When you're talking about, if there's not dispensaries, so we're talking somewhere like Wisconsin, if there's a issue between a place and another place, it might not be as kosher, especially if it's not. I'm not advocating for illicit drug dealers or anything like that, but I also understand people who do what they got to do. So I don't have a stance on that. It's just hard to wrap our head around the whole prohibition. When you look at like our grandparents, obviously moonshine and all that kind of stuff. I wasn't there, so I don't know. And same with anybody who's in that kind of a thing. But now, if you got issues in Wisconsin, again, it's taken out on the streets and not in the legal system. Is the legal system always right and fair? No, but at least it's a boxing match instead of a UFC with knives and guns. Like, you know what I mean? So that's just kind of my thought on that. Hey, what's up, Rick? Thanks for swinging by, buddy. Guys killed it at the concert the other day. Or no, that was a couple weeks ago now. 2 weeks ago or so. 11 days ago out in Cudahy, DRP. That was awesome. Thanks for swinging by, man. Colorado had state control. What do we got here, Tammy? In Colorado, the state had a control of the licenses that went out and controlled the grows with what could and couldn't be used. Gotcha. And I think that growing should definitely be something that's focused on too. Obviously, it doesn't have to all be revolved around money. And it's still funny to me that we all know that with cannabis sales comes more tax revenue. And this is a whole nother fight, but it is still interesting to me that when something new is introduced, it has to be taxed. But again, we got enough problems to worry about. Let's worry about that at a later date at this point. Let's just start with legalization, and then we'll kind of go from there. We've got that it is. I have seen the struggle in Arizona, but they have found some. They need safe banking. Banking would be huge. And Susie can actually she shed light on this, and I'd never taken the time to think of it. So she helped advocate for legalization out in Arizona for some time, and she helped push for the first bill to get voted no for legalization because it was not a good bill. So please remember, folks, just because we get a bill doesn't mean we have to abide and say, oh, that's the one that we want. Now, it's interesting in Wisconsin because I don't even know that the people get a say in voting on it, is my understanding. So if they come out and say the pill bill is all that we get, we will figure out what we have to do to make sure our voices are heard, whether that is just contacting via email and letters. But to me, it feels like we're getting close to, when the weather gets warmer and primary races and all that things really start to heat up. Again, peaceful protest, I think, is going to be really powerful. And seeing this group grow and the excitement and all that, I'm looking forward to making some noise. But again, we're going to be respectful about it. We have to be, and we will be. Yeah, that's what I thought, that Walker took away the right to vote. Yeah, again, that doesn't quite make sense. Derek, you're right, man. Even with hemp, it's hard to get business to support you. When I was in the industry, it would be, oh, we're switching credit card processors because they have a problem, and it's again, there's a lot of aspects to it. Even if they just start with decriminalization, maybe that even before legalization, like it's just got to be talked about. We got to work on it together, and that's the only way forward. So that's what we're here for. Pardon me. This is weird. There's no music. There's nobody else talking. It's just me blabbing over here. What do you guys got for questions on products or anything this week while I pull up what we're talking about next? You guys are always good with coming with the questions that you can come across during the week or with your products. We talked about making noise. Lebowski Fest. We're going to pull up some details on that. I thought I saw a Twitter post from Melissa about trying to overturn the statewide vote issue. I wonder how that is done. I will add that to my list of things to talk about with Miss Agard when I see her this week. That's a good question. And obviously, I think she would know. She'd be a good one to ask that. Eric, what's up, man? Sorry I can't chill live tonight. Let's see, guys, just popping in to show the support. Keep being you. Appreciate that, man. Congrats again on your business moves. What is your opinion on THCA in edibles? I think it's pointless. My understanding is it's kind of pointless. THCA in an edible that you don't heat up. I mean, well, it would have medicinal effects, so it'd be like a CBD, but I think it's being marketed like an intoxicant. So in that case, but obviously the medicinal properties would still be good, but it's got to be labeled as such. And that's what kind of stinks about stinks. That's what stinks. That's what stinks about what am I doing? That's what sucks about the hemp industry is there's a lack of regulation. So I feel like most packaging, you see THCA now, you think you're gonna get, a pretty good psychoactive effect. So I think that it's got to be again education. Excuse me. Tommy says good on Instagram. I think that's good. I think you're talking about something good. So yeah, that sounds good. Tammy says THCA does nothing for me. Maybe because I'm used to the real stuff. Oh, I didn't want to go down this rabbit hole, Tammy, but you don't have good THCA then because the stuff in Michigan is THCA. But there's a lot of people claiming to be selling THCA, and it's actually just hemp coated with something. And actually, I've heard of people just selling Delta 8 products and calling it THCA. Again, there's no regulation. You can find THCA flower that would be tested as legal marijuana in Michigan that you can legally buy in Wisconsin. Don't give up. Shoot me a message. I'll help you find a spot. Otherwise, if you're close to the border, it never hurts to, again, it's the law that we live in right now, to visit a neighboring state where they at least have some regulation. And if you can make it to somebody like a Higher Love where they actually put a lot of time and effort into it as well, it's whatever you're most comfortable with. I respect both sides of that. It's like eating raw bud. Yes, that would be my understanding on a THCA edible. Just eat a heavy Delta 9 gummy. I'd be interested in where Tammy is getting her THCA, Kevin says. Hemp does nothing for me. That's the thing, though. THCA flower is... So hemp and marijuana are both basically like a political definition. And depending on when you test any plant, it could test as hemp. And just about any hemp plant can test as marijuana as well. So... Talk to me. I got you. You recommended the place I got it from. Oh, where was that, Tammy? I can't remember. Stay tuned about THCA. Justin's going to be doing a video on that. That's what's up. I do drive to Michigan. Fair enough. We've got pretty easy going for the most part. And the Michigan dispensaries, yeah, as long as you can get through the drive-through or get inside. It's been a little crazy the other last few days. Or last few years, trying to multitask. Ay. All right. So, as far as the Lebowski Fest goes, let's pull up some deets on that. Event. Boom. All right. So, again, to kind of touch a little more on this, we are looking at just like a night of the dude. I mean, what more could anybody want out of life than to celebrate one of the best movies ever? And if you haven't seen it, I probably still have an illegal copy of a DVD somewhere, but I should probably get a legal one now that I'm talking about it on the internet. So that was a terrible idea. I certainly wouldn't have an illegal copy of any movie from back in the day when I made poor choices. I now pay for everything. Seriously though, how many subscription services are there? Netflix, I can't even name half of them. And then every time you want to watch something, oh, you got to have this streaming service. So then you get that one, and then nothing else good is on it for like 6 months. And then, oh, we got to get that one back going. And oh, we were still paying for that one. Don't even get me going. So we were going to be looking at having the couple things here. We talked about with the vendors. I'm thinking we got to have a White Russian special. They do have a full bar, so White Russian special just makes sense, right? Or am I wrong? I could be wrong. I doubt it, but we'll be able to crush the munchies. These guys have an awesome menu available for hors d'oeuvres. They got buffalo mac and cheese, Captain Crunch chicken bites. I mean, some really good sounding stuff. We'll be able to hang out, get to meet each other, participate in the competitions as we talked about. And again, that's going to be February 20th. That's a Tuesday from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the Tarleton Theater, downtown Green Bay. Obviously 21 plus. We're going to have cannabis seltzers there. We're going to have pre-rolls. It's going to be going down. Super excited. Hemp gives me a headache and does nothing for me. Colorado and Michigan flower does. And see, that's even kind of the tough part, Tammy, is I don't know anyone. I don't know what they do there anymore. I just assumed that would be a good spot to go. If you could make it out, maybe I could meet you next week or in a week or two, meet you out there in Appleton, just to meet you. And then I could probably get you a sample from a reputable place as well, if that's what you're looking to do. I just don't want you to think I was lying to you because I promise I'm not. Wish I was closer. Come down to Milwaukee. Milwaukee's definitely on the list. We're looking to get all across the state. We're working on a big one in La Crosse, possibly Pewaukee area. Milwaukee, I would like to get somewhere up by Marinette even. I want to see what we can do. I want to meet as many people as we can and get everything rolling. Where do you live? I'll recommend a spot close to you, Derek says. Susie says, I like Michigan. We'll be going soon. Need after surgery meds. No opioids for me. Isn't that the beauty of it, though? It's just, we can get opioids. That's fine in this world. How many do you need? Don, hey, thanks for stopping by, man. Appreciate it. I wish I could go there. I would love to go if I wasn't on paper. Felt that, Jake. Felt that. But hey, you're doing the right thing. That's what it's about, man. It'll come when you'll be ready. The products will be there when you're ready. That's what I was trying to say, I think. Whew. That Packer game last night, I was so jacked up I couldn't sleep. So that's what I'm going to blame all this on. I'm just tired. Got a lot of traveling this week, but looking really forward to it. Again, if you guys are in the Waukesha or Milwaukee, Madison area, I'll be swinging out there this week. Please let me know of anywhere that I need to swing by. And Jennifer, hey, thanks for stopping by. It was amazing. There's youngsters out there just doing their thing. Love to see it. So friendly reminder, please make sure you're following the podcast on one of the socials so that you can get notified of it. I don't want to always be trying to tag you guys. I know a lot of you guys like that, but I also feel like I'm annoying. So if you can subscribe to it on Spotify, I think that would be the easiest way to get notifications when the new episodes come out. Otherwise, just remember Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 7 p.m. is when we'll be on here. And bring your ideas, questions, thoughts, all that stuff. Tammy, go to Appleton every Tuesday. But why, if it's the same, it gives me a headache. Even when I first moved here, tried Delta 8 flower. So Delta 8 flower is going to be hemp for sure. as far as your terms. But again, THCA flower, there is some that is the same as Michigan, but I can't. That there's no regulation, so I can't tell you for 100% sure where that is, which is not awesome. Didn't sleep good either. Susie says, right? They definitely make football fun to watch. Like Rodgers, I thought I liked. Well, I did. I liked him as a quarterback, and I liked him for always speaking his mind. I think there's a lot of power in that, and not always just going by what the media wants to hear. But man, to see this Love hype up his teammates, even when Love was struggling early in the year, and like just how they played yesterday, that wasn't just a group of talented athletes. That was a belief. Like we're talking, like I was shaking at points. Like we're talking like Lombardi era of just bought into winning. And if I execute my job and everyone else does the same thing, we won't lose. It was really cool to see. Honestly, I'm good. I have all my organic flower shipped to me from 9,000 in the Colorado mountains. Yeah, that's pretty far up there. Um, yeah, that's way up there. Do you think Rodgers will get booed winning if he plays at Lambeau? I think we need to cheer for him because we got Love to stick around. That was my only concern is if Rodgers played too long, and then Love had to get traded or something because he couldn't just keep sitting around. So I think we got the most out of Rodgers as we could. Obviously, it's unfortunate that he got his injury. You never wish that on anybody, but I think he kept it pretty real, and I think that's all you can ask out of a guy. So I personally wouldn't boo him, but that's just me. And you know how those that enjoy alcohol at Lambeau Field are, as far as it goes. So, um, I promote growing your own product. Problem is, all our past teams sucked in California at nighttime, right? Well, it'll be a test for them, so we'll see what they do. But Jake's got 9 months to go. That's awesome, man. You got this. And anything else we got? We need Rodgers to advocate for cannabis. Yeah, he probably would. Maybe I'll have to hit him up, see what he's up to. We do have a pretty good lead on a couple different options as far as some retired Packers who might be able to speak out on some things. Just had heard back from those guys this morning. There's a group of retired players. We'll see what their take is. But we got some feelers out there. Got a few journalists hit up as well. Keep you posted if we get anything popping off there. But that's really all I got. Yeah, Lil Wayne Wood. Oh, I got to get a hold of Lil Wayne. How do we do that? 1-800 the fireman. But no, hey, I think we got kind of everything for tonight. I don't want to get too much further into the political side of things or the news because I need to keep us content for 3 days a week. Wednesday, I will be probably coming to you from a hotel room, so hopefully everything works. We'll give it a try. I don't know that I'll have headphones. I don't know that I want to bring these with and all that audio stuff, but I'm sure it'll work out okay. I just can't grow my own at the moment. Good seeds from Colorado. That's what's up. But I want to appreciate everybody for swinging out tonight. Again, check those promo codes. Give some love to Higher Love, our main show sponsor, to Bay Family Restaurant and Hotel in Green Bay, and also the Lebowski Fest. We've got – I didn't get you the code for that. Let me drop that in the links here quick. Payment coupon. All right, so the code is Potcast10. Again, POTCAST, Potcast10 for Lebowski Fest. Gonna drop that in there. Lebowski. Get you 10% off for the first 10 people that use it. Also, shout out to whoever or whatever happened on TikTok, Instagram. All the socials are really picking up steam. TikTok, we're only 100 people away from being able to go live on there. And they do a really good job with interactive with if people want to hop in and talk, you can hop in without having to show your video live. And so I'm hoping we'll do some cool stuff over on TikTok here soon. I know it sounds kind of silly. Anytime I hear TikTok, it's kind of makes me want to laugh. But here's your code, Podcast10. Shoot, I forget what I was saying. That is a side effect of cannabis consumption, which I might have had to do this evening. I don't remember what I was saying. Does anybody remember what I was saying? Was anybody listening? I guess that's my question. Does anyone care what I was saying? Because I don't quite remember. I can't think of a better way to end things than not remembering what I was talking about. TikTok is quick to take down pages. Be careful. Oh, roger that. Good to know. I was thinking about going live, and you could stop in, tell me what your favorite strain was, and then we'd look up together where the strain came from, what it's a cross of, that kind of a stuff. So hopefully, as long as we don't talk about consuming it and just education, that would work. But yeah, Tammy's laughing at me. Nothing new over there. Come. Oh yeah, we got a couple ambassadors coming up as well that found us on TikTok that I reached out to and stuff. So we got a lot of stuff going down. Don, Wausau, I do need to plan a trip because I need to stop at Newski's, and I also need to check out a couple places in with the Wausau area. So I will definitely be coming out there soon, and looking forward to that. And if you don't get I'm not even have no affiliation with Newski's meat, but there is no better bacon in the world. And when you hear people say that, you're usually like, oh, whatever, it's not that. Newski's bacon will change your life. If you don't believe me, I will get you a piece of Newski's bacon because that's what's up. If it's education, you're normally good as long as nobody reports you. Roger that. Appreciate the heads up. Home base for me is in Green Bay, so I'm kind of in the middle of the area. Or middle of the state. Don, yeah, DQ is out in Wausau as well. The page moderator. Chocolate covered bacon. I don't know if I can go that far with it. Actually, I probably could. I like chocolate. I like bacon. I don't know. If I was high, I probably would. So yeah, I probably would. Oh, Susan's in Green Bay too. Awesome. And also real quick, we do have I knew there's one other thing. Shirts. I'm hoping to offer 2-day shipping pretty soon. We're working on a couple of things with some sponsors who would be able to buy some shirts in bulk in exchange for putting their logos on the sleeves. I think it'll be really cool. And then that way, like right now, I'm still waiting to pick up this last order, which was from like a week and a half ago. Again, appreciate your guys' patience. I know it's frustrating, but I appreciate the help that we are getting. And just remember, right now, unfortunately, we don't just have a lot of money to be thrown around. So it's just you guys place the order. I get them together. They make them, but we're trying to streamline it. So candy bacon. Wow, I didn't know that there was that many kinds of bacon. This is good to know. Gonna have to check it out. We got some more Green Bay in here. Let's go. All right. I need to get rolling. You guys need to get rolling. I appreciate your time. Again, keep me in the loop if you guys see anything coming up. We've got some big meetings this week and next week. So please stay tuned. I'll be sharing anything I can with you. And let's legalize Wisconsin, man. That's what we're here for. But hey, whatever you're doing, make sure you have a great day. Make sure you say thank you to somebody. Just keep growing the love. That's what we're about. Keep growing the love, guys. Ooh, I got to take this one. Eagles or Bucks? What's the score? Let me get the score quick before I give you my take on that. Because the Eagles should win, but they have not played to win in some time, and it looks like they're not yet. 10-0. I think they're going to come back and win, but then that's all they're going to pull out. Whatever happened with their team, they're not the same team. So, yes, everybody, please stay warm. It's freaking freezing. If it snows out again, or even now, just drive careful. I love you guys. I appreciate all the support. Everybody have a great evening, and thank you for stopping out. Seriously, I appreciate it. You guys have a good night. Max says, what do you